Sweet nectar. So, good afternoon, or just say good morning to the side of the world. It's me, the Lock Robs for the MLLA, bring you a new reaction video slash vlog. Yes. So, this video is actually going to be special, as according to YouTube, this will become my 300th video once I upload it. Yes, 300 videos. Yeah. So, though I think it's more than that since I have several private videos in my on my YouTube channel that I guess they don't count. YouTube doesn't count it as part of my library of videos, I guess. But yeah, so let's just follow what YouTube says. So it's going to be number 300. The last special video I did was when I got my 100 subscriber 5 months ago. See, I have more videos than subscribers. Go figure. Well, I guess that's I guess that may be standard for a an amateurish YouTuber like me who just thinks of this as a hobby. But yeah, from that point, from 5 months ago, I believe that was my 230th video. So counting from up to now, I've done 70 videos since then, the last 5 months. I'm really working too hard. But yeah, anyway, since you've seen the cup, yay, my Quincy cup. There you go. And as you can see, I'm behind my Quincy posters. Ignore Batman. Yeah, so I'm going to be reacting to Quincy's latest vlog, Vlog 10, or Human Right number 10. Yeah, which will be tackling sooner. And let's just talk about finally Quincy's back to doing vlogging. I believe her last vlog was like 9 months ago, and that's vlog 9, so very big gap for her. But then it's because she's been doing her online classes, and that's more important. But now that's the summer, she's absolutely, free to do it. I believe she's already released 2 of her videos. This is the second one that I'm going to be reacting to and vlogging about. Yes, and I'm wondering if I should do this as a two-parter since I did slash vlog. I'm going to be talking a lot, especially regarding her take on online classes and the part where she talks about me and the thing I sent her, almost like a belated birthday present. Yeah, if you haven't seen her the particular vlog 10, please do watch it. Yeah, and subscribe to her channel then, Quincy Santillan. Yeah, so shout out to her. That's my Kami-oshi for you. Yeah, so so I'm gonna be reacting to it, and then I guess talk about it. I may have a lot to talk about, especially uh, regarding the story about me sending that birthday gift. Because Quincy has her side and I have my side. Okay, so I want to give you my perspective on that one, and as my also in the perspective of regarding human right number 10, as I have a lot to talk about on my take on it, and yeah, like I said, I have a lot to say. So I'm not sure how this video would go. If I should go just talk straight through it, or do it in parts. But since I work without no script, that's how I roll. We'll see how it how it flows as I move along here. Okay, so without further ado, let us react to Quincy's Human Right number 10, Vlog 10. Okay, so if you haven't seen the video, and she talks about her online classes first, and then me, and regarding the gift I sent, and then the Human Right number 10. Okay, so the kind in a way that breaks down what I'm going to be talking about. So I'll just pause the video and give my take on either topic that I mentioned. Okay, so let us do it.
Basta pala ang segment na to? Hi, camera! I'm Quincy Santillan ang lagi may pinagkalaban. Welcome back sa aking channel. Miss ko na talaga mag-vlog, pero dahil sa online class, mula umaga hanggang gabi, laging Kaging module ang ginagawa, tapos laptop yung kaharap, diba? Buti sana kung sika siyang kaharap mo, diba? Sana all. Pero hindi seryoso, sobrang nakaka-drain ng online class sa well-being ng students. Compared mo noon sa face-to-face class na meron kang support system, may mga classmates mo, may mga friends mo. Iba yung may kasama ka sa pag-review, sa pag-aaral, iba yung may kasama ka sa classroom. Tapos diba, kunwari, nakakamiss yung if in case mababa yung makuha mo sa exam, andyan yung mga friends mo, kakain kayo, then okay na. Hindi tulad ngayon na online class na parang you feel like you have to do everything on your own. Tulad ko, for example, dito sa bahay, ako na lang nag-aaral. Wala akong makausap about sa course ko kasi syempre wala naman din silang idea doon. Unlike before na may mga kapareho kang subjects, nakakapag-usap kayo during recess or during free time, ganun, diba? Pero ito sa akin lang na personal experience ko lang nga, hindi ko lang alam sa iba, baka sila nadadalian sila sa online class, pero ako mas prefer ko talaga na na-explain sa akin ng maigi kaya sa sarili kong binabasa, minsan hindi ko na comprehend yung binabasa ko. So yun nga, number 1 yung support system. Number 2, siguro yung type of environment kasi compared sa face-to-face, yung online class kasi ngayon, wala, nasa bahay ka lang noon sa face-to-face, may chance ka mag-change environment kasi diba, may times na nilipat kayo ng classroom or sa gymnasium or like right after classes, mag-merienda kayo, kahit sa kanto-kanto lang, diba may change of environment ngayon kasi sa online class, wala. But I do understand kung bakit tayo nakakaranas ng ganito ngayong online learning system. Dahil nga sa pandemic, kasi hindi nga pwede tayong lumabas. Pero hindi talaga may iwasan na ma-feel mo na nakaka-drain talaga yung ganitong klaseng sistema. So, I hope temporary lang siya and mabalik ulit sa dati. For me, mas prefer ko pa rin talaga yung dati. So, meaning ngayon na nakapag-vlog na ako, it's summer and tapos ako sa mga movies ko. And yun nga talaga yung nakapag-pa-restrain sa akin na mag-vlog kasi syempre priorities. Uunahin ko talaga yung studies ko. But vlogging makes me really happy and ngayong summer na bakanta na ako, I will try my best to do what it takes. Sa mga free time ko mag-vlog ako. Ayun. So, before we move on to the topic of this vlog.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there and give my my take on this whole thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, so you can see it's very real. The struggle is real on online classes, and I should know because I actually, we actually talked about this in Quincy back in February when she did Facebook Live. Yeah, like everyone got their take on the online classes thing. And one of my students, actually, since I'm a volunteer Sunday school teacher, one of my students, her name's Ruthie. Yeah, and she's really struggling with her online classes, and she's a smart girl. However, because of the, I guess the boredom of it, and without seeing other people face to face, her classmates and friends, she's failing in a lot of her subjects because she's not really used to this type of, I'll say this, education or the new normal, what they call it. Yeah, and I feel very sorry for her. But most recently, I guess in the past couple of months or so, California has eased on their restrictions, their school restrictions regarding the pandemic and regarding the school. So I believe from elementary, maybe kindergarten, elementary, and middle school, they've opened up the schools so students can go back to studying normally again. Okay, and so she was able to go back to her own school. As a matter of fact, she's graduating this year from 8th grade from middle school going to high school. And from what I actually asked her mom also how she's doing in school right now because I haven't really gotten to talk. I haven't gotten to really talk to Ruthie regarding it. And he says that she's barely passed, and at least from this point on, hopefully everything would go well now. Now that she's passed a great obstacle, now she's going to have to do another obstacle as well, which is high school life. Okay, so there we go. So what Quincy's going to talk about next is that's why I paused it there. I want to give my my take on it regarding me sending her a gift. Okay, so when I became a fan, I'm gonna why I sent her a gift. Okay, okay. So when I became a fan of Quincy, of course I know about the Emma loves give gifts to their Oshis. Okay, and she's my Kami-oshi. So I bought a couple of things. Let's say like, and it's not exactly figurines, but stuff you can put on the shelf. Okay, like posable figures in a way. Okay, which were I would say uh, superhero quality. Okay, okay. Well, maybe just like they're like Wonder Woman stuff. Okay, like posable figures like that. There are actually about two of them. One is like a small one. One is like an actual, almost like an action figure sort of thing. So my plan was when the time I go back to the Philippines on my vacation. Yeah, I'm gonna go to a handshake event, and from what I heard, there are like boxes there for the members to just put the gift in there, so it goes straight to her. So that was kind of my plan. I kept these action figures, yeah, or these for her. Save it for a rainy day, and the time comes, I'm gonna give it to her. Yeah, so this was like around 2019 when I was planning it, and then later I heard that she left. She left. Okay, even though that's what HHE says, but I know better. Okay, and that was really kind of disappointing because and now I'm stuck with these gifts that there's no way for me to give to her. So what I did was just I sold them. Yeah, I sold those two action figures of Wonder Woman. Yeah, but yeah, but then later on when me and her really got connected again, through Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, start chatting and messaging each other. Yeah, and through YouTube, of course, because we're both YouTubers in a way. Yeah, and if you watch her vlogs, she mentions that how to send her a gift or some other. I tried the first time I actually gave her was a Christmas card. If you haven't seen that, that's actually in her vlog 7. She talks about it regarding the Christmas card. I believe that was 2019 Christmas Day, 2019. Yeah. So I just want to send her something. Since she's my Kami-oshi. Okay. So I'll do something for her since I never got to do something for her when she was still a member. Okay. So as time went on, and knowing how I could send a gift to her, okay, so I decided to give her something a little bit more special, like a figurine. Okay, and I was going to do it through Amazon. Yeah, and it's the first time that I'm going to be shipping something overseas through Amazon. Okay, so I want to see first if she has something like that. Because I don't want to give her uh, something that she already has. Yeah, because for all I know, she has a collection of these figurines, and what I'm talking about is her favorite anime, which is Card Captor Sakura. Yeah, and I know she loves that anime, and she also cosplays as Sakura, Card Captor Sakura. And well, my first initial thing since she cosplays as Sakura, I was actually looking for a figurine of Card Captor Sakura in which she cosplayed as. I couldn't find it, but I found several other figurines of Card Captor Sakura on Amazon. Okay, the lower price ones, they're more like really small figurines, or just the cards from the show, or like notebooks and merchandise like that. The more expensive ones that I found were like it's almost like you had to devote your whole paycheck just to buy that particular figurine if you want it. Okay, so I was able to find a middle ground, not too low, not too expensive. This particular Card Captor Sakura figurine, and okay, maybe she'll like it. Okay, before I buy it, I had to ask her if she has a collection of Card Captor Sakuras in her room or something like that. Okay, so we chatted on Twitter, and I actually asked her directly, do you collect figurines of Card Captor Sakura? And then she said no. which kind of surprised me because I would think that, because in my experience, people who cosplay, they really like go out of their way to buy merchandise or figurines to be part of their collection. Since they're in a way devoted to the anime character. Okay, because I remember back when I was on my second vacation to the Philippines back in 2002, they were selling these, and especially these specialty shops were popping up around the place, and they were selling these small figurines or small toys of during the anime craze in Manila. Because I remember there's like Slam Dunk figures or Samurai X figures, Street Fighter figures, so on and so forth, like that. So I assume that Quincy would be kind of like those kind of otakus, that they would save up and buy this item, this figurine, this merchandise, so they could, uh, because they love the character so much. In a way, like me back then when I was still collecting comics, I would really save up for them. Just eat a little bit of lunch and save whatever money I have left just to buy one comic. Because I know in the Philippines back then comics were very expensive. Yeah, even those like really old ones. Yeah, it's almost like 50 pesos, 100 pesos, kind of like that. So I assumed that uh, Quincy being an otaku is something like that. Okay, so going back to the story, okay, just it doesn't have a collection of Sakura figurines. Yeah, it's kind of, like I said, it kind of surprised me, but yeah, all right. So let's do this. Okay, so I had planned this to be a surprise, but then since I already talked about it, she knew that I was going to be sending some figurine of Card Captor Sakura. But yeah, and this was way back in February. And she really mentioned it. Uh, she mentioned in her vlog. Yeah, like that. We talked. I think it was around Valentine's Day. I mean, had I maybe I should have planned ahead. Because I wanted this figurine to at least make it for her birthday. But then that's way past now, and according to the Amazon like message there, that if you order now, we can get this gift. We can give this. You can get this gift within 2 weeks. Okay. So my initial plan was I would order the figurine, send it to myself, and then I would repackage it and send it again to the Philippines or Quincy. But then when I started ordering the item, I think it would take too much time, since it said 2 weeks for me to get the item. So I decided, like I just ordered from the company, and they would send it directly to her to the Philippines. So within 2 weeks, hopefully, I was expecting that she would get the figure at least within the month of February. But then when they found out when I clicked the address where it's supposed to be going, from 2 weeks it became like 7 to 8 weeks that she'll get the figurine. Okay, so this is gonna be a really really late belated birthday present for her. Okay, so I really wanted to get her that gift. So whatever. Okay, so at least she'll still get it. And as I think I mentioned before, that this is the first time that I'm ordering something from Amazon and then they're gonna ship it overseas. Okay, I mean, what could go wrong? Okay, so judging by the timeline, she'd either get the gift that I'm sending her either the last week of March or early April. Okay, and we'll talk more about that later. Okay, so what is I ordered from the company who's handling it here in California, who would send the over to China, who would order it from Japan, and then when they receive it, then they'll send it by courier to Manila, and then the courier will go straight uh, to where Quincy is, Tabaca City, Bicol. Okay, so let me stop with the story now. Let's continue with uh, the video, the vlog of Quincy, when she talks about her side of her experience of me giving her the gift. Okay, one thing I should mention, that she mentions that she received the package in May, but it's actually April. Yeah, I can understand her confusion, but I actually double checked our messages on Twitter, our chat, our chat log, and so it was actually in April. Yeah, that she received the package. Okay, but that's another story. I'll let Quincy talk about it. Okay, here we go. Let's continue on with her.
Sa title naman, nagets mo naman kung anong vlog to, sa ako anong series to. Ang dami kong chika. First, kailangan ko muna itong i-share. Kailangan ko talaga itong i-share. Hindi ko ito isasama. Last month of May, a package arrived for me. It's from Sir Robbie Mendoza. Nakakatawa yung nangyari nito kasi around month of February, birthday ko at Valentine's Day, nag-chat na sa akin si Sir Robbie na magbibigay siya sa akin ng gift. So, ayun, naka-heads up na siya sa akin na makaka-receive nga ako ng gift. And during those months kasi, panay talaga ako Shopee. Alam niyo naman, basta na, kasi pandemic, di ba, wala tayong pagkabayan. Tapos, alam niyo, pag malungkot ako, hindi ko alam mo bakit, basta pag malungkot ako, natutuwa ako kapag may parcel na dumarating sa akin. Parang nakabasa yung happiness ko sa parcel. Crush kasi, hindi ako pinapansin eh. Pinapansin sana ako ni Crush, di ba? Hindi na ako nagsha-Shopee. Sa Shopee, and those months na lang, February, mga month of February, lalo ka nag-Shopee. So, lagi may dumarating sa akin na mga parcel. Mostly pati, yung mga parcel na in-order ko is mga overseas. Yeah. So, mga almost every week, lagi ako nakaka-receive ng package. But one day nun, may dumating na kartero. Kinausap niya ako, sabi niya, pumunta na ako sa post office kasi may i-claim daw ako na package. So, thinking, month of February, nag-chat na sa akin si Sir Robbie na may ipapadala siya sa akin. Yun lang naman talagang ina-expect kong parcel. Wala na iba, wala na akong ibang parcel. So, aside sa mga Shopee ko kasi namamonitor naman yan sa app, diba? Disclaimer, hindi to sponsored, pero baka naman. Pagdating ng kartero, ina-expect ko talaga na yung na-pertain yung package is yung galing kay Sir Robbie. So, ayun nga. Edi pumunta agad ako sa post office. Tapos,
wonder how close the post office is.
Tinanong kung sino daw yung sender. Edi sinabi ko, eto hindi ko pa na-confirm kung talagang kay Sir Robbie yun. Parang nag-assume lang ako. Kasi yun lang, wala naman akong ibang ina-expect. Yun lang naman talaga yung kay Sir Robbie. So, sinabi ko, Robbie Mendoza. Tapos nagtingin na, girl, nagtingin lang talaga yung dalawa, yung dalawang nag-accommodate sa akin sa post office. Sabi nila, hindi naman Robbie Mendoza, Chinese daw yung name nung sender. Wala lang talaga ako, girl. So baka
kasi Latino,
akin
like quarter Chinese
sa akin
on my mother's side.
Tapos sabi ko nga doon, hindi ko na lang i-claim kasi baka hindi ko kasi kilala yung nag-send. So, alam niyo yun, nagiging ritikulosa din ako sa mga ganyan, sa mga packages. Tanong ulit sila, sabi lang, saan galing yung package? Eto, nag-a-assume lang ako kasi wala naman talaga akong ibang ina-expect na package. Sabi ko, California po. Girl, hindi naman daw. Sa China, so ang ginawa na lang nila, pinareceive pa rin nila sa akin yung package. Binigay nila sa akin yung package, pero kinuha nila yung address ko, yung ID ko, yung contact number ko, para if in case na may problem yung package na yun, pwede ko siyang ma-return. Yun yung ginawa sa post office. That night, bala ko talagang i-chat si Sir Robbie na mating na package, pero hindi sa kanya nakapangalan. But dahil nga na-busy sa online class, all in all, parang nakaligtaan ko yun nung gabing yun. Nakaligtaan kong magbalita kay Sir Robbie na may dumating nga sa akin. Pero parang the next day or the next day, eto na talaga, nag-chat si Sir Robbie. Sabi niya, hindi daw makakarating yung package kasi nagka-problema daw. Parang something sa career.
Can you explain that?
So, pag-chat ni Sir Robbie ng gano'n, takot ako, girl. So, kung hindi na darating talaga yung package, kanino pang kinuha ko? Hindi ko pati kilala yung sender. So, to make sure, chinat ko pa rin si Sir Robbie. Sabi ko, Sir Robbie, may dumating po ganito, ganyan. Kaso po, hindi ko talaga binuksan kasi naging hesitant nga ako. Kasi nga, hindi naman talaga galing sa kanya. Pero, nagsabi siya sa akin, buksan ko daw. Kasi, in-order niya pala yung item. Ganun pala yung nangyari. So, hindi talaga siya yung parang sender. Parang in-order niya, tapos direkta na sa akin. Ganun pala yun. So, to check, binuksan, and pagkabukas, confirm. Napraning ako sa wala, girl. So, ayun, month of May pa yun. So, ano nang month ngayon? June na ngayon. So, medyo natagalan. Sabi nga ni Sir Robby, bigyan ko daw siya ng video na pag-open ko ng box. Around May na din talaga, kasagsagan na rin ng finance namin. And so ngayon, ayaw ko nang basta-basta lang video. Sabi ko, gusto ko siya kamo isabay sa vlog ko para naman diba at least. So ayun, ito na nga pinakahintay. Ito, napakita ko sa inyo yung box. Actually, binuksan ko na siya.
You stop it right there. Okay, there you go. Okay, you stop it right there before she shows what I gave her. You haven't seen the video yet. Okay, so let me explain what happened. Okay, regarding my chat message, saying that you're not gonna receive my gift anymore. In a way. Okay, so what happened was, since I ordered it through Amazon, and then it went through the usual steps of an overseas delivery. Yeah. So when it reached the Chinese company, as you mentioned, I didn't know that they were. I thought they were going to put my name on it, on the package, but apparently no. So it came directly from them. So they're going to send it. They're going to send it from them directly to Quincy. Okay. So what happened is, so Amazon has this tracking. You know how to track the package that you ordered. So I was tracking it down for the last, since February, since I ordered it, then to March. Okay, yeah. So the last track update they did was, oh, it's already in Manila, and they're gonna send it by courier to where Quincy lived. Okay, so I think it was like around the last week of March was the mark there regarding the tracking update. Okay, so this took like, I kept checking Amazon to see what was going on. Okay, still, since and then the update still remained that way, that it arrived in Manila, they're gonna send it by courier to the address, yeah, to Tobacco City, like that. So for a week it was like that, and I was kind of wondering how come it's always like that. How come it hasn't changed? I mean, it's already there. It's gonna take it. It's been already like over a week, and it's still like that. And I know during the time was the pandemic, the COVID pandemic resurgence in the Philippines. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's because a lot of checkpoints and all that. That's why the delay. But there was too much of a delay, from what I'm thinking, because it's almost coming up to 2 weeks now, and it was like at the first week of April already. Yeah, so yeah, it was April, and the tracking update on Amazon still remained like that. And I was wondering what, like, what is going on? Like, what happened? Okay, so, I mean, I was going through the scenarios. I mean, did the truck explode? Did someone steal my gift? Did it break into 1,000 pieces and that's why they can't deliver it? Did the truck fall off a cliff? Did it fall into the river? Was the truck stolen? Did it fall into my own volcano? And all the scenarios were going through my head. Okay, and so yet every day I kept looking, and the tracking updates still remained the same, and it was really frustrating. So I decided to send a message, an email to Amazon, say like, what is going on? Okay, and even to the company who was sending out the gift, like, what the heck is taking so long? I mean, it's almost like I gave them a scathing review. Even Amazon, like, this is very unprofessional. This is my first time getting a gift overseas, and you're ruining it like that. So yeah, so basically I just went to town with them, because it was very frustrating at the time, like, what's happening? Okay, and and on Quincy's side, she obviously she hadn't received it because she wasn't telling me. Okay, like that. And at the end of it all, I emailed Amazon again, and during this time, even the company wasn't even responding to my emails, to what's going on. And then at that time, yeah, because of my frustration, I told Amazon, "Look, just refund my money," like that, and just forget the order. It's a terrible experience, that you put me through, and I'm not going to do it again, like that. So yeah, so I then messaged Quincy through Twitter, as she mentioned. Yeah, that's saying that something went wrong with the courier. You might not be getting the gift. Okay, like that. And then she messages me back saying that she did receive a package, you know, but it was not under my name, but it was addressed to her, and she was afraid to open it because it's from China, because we all know where the COVID virus came from. Okay, so it's kind of like what you received the package already, kind of like that. And I looked, the Amazon tracking still said that it was still on its way. There was no update whatsoever. So I said that I kind of mentioned that it's because I ordered the gift, the figurine, directly from the company and sent it to you. So you might as well open it to see if that's actually what it was that I sent her, or the company sent her. Yeah. And so she did and checked, like, wow, oh my God, like that. And all the capital letters on the message. And yeah, it was the figurine. Yeah. So yeah, at least now she got her gift. Then I received an email from Amazon saying that they're gonna refund my money. But then I wrote back to them and said, "Oh no, you don't need to refund my money anymore. My friend already got her gift. Though you guys should be, like updating your tracking, uh, your update your tracking messages more clearly, because she already received it, yet it's not reflected on the update." Okay, like that. So okay, so I mean, I could have gotten my money back, but she got her gift already, and that I paid for, and I said, no, don't need to refund my money anymore. Okay, so yeah, so when she opened the box, she said I think she kind of mentioned that she wanted to film video of unboxing, but then it was already late. I think it's like around on her time midnight there in the Philippines, and it was getting late. And I told her, "Oh no, you don't need to just go to sleep." And she mentioned she was going to do it tomorrow when there's more light. However, uh, tomorrow came and never happened. So I kind of like mentioned that like we're gonna do the video. But then, like I said, it was still April, not May, and she was still busy with her schoolwork. And she'd do it when she has the time. Okay, all right, no rush. Just do what you have to do, and I look forward to the video that she's gonna make, whether it's the unboxing or not. There, yeah. What she did was not an unboxing video, which I'll explain later. Uh, when I replay the when I play the video and we do it, let me react to it. Okay, so yeah, so from April, May, June, and which she was finally able to film this vlog. Yeah, I mean it's worth the wait, and I enjoyed how much watching this vlog. Makes me happy. That she's so happy she got that card captor figurine that I sent her. You know. Okay, so let's continue on with her vlog. Right.
Wag ko na siya. Ito, makikita niyo mamaya yung VTR. Hindi na ako nag-video ng unboxing kasi actually, it's my first time owning this kind of item and hindi ako ganun. Hindi ako collector. And this is my first item. Baka pag binidyo ko yung sarili ko na nag-unbox, diba? May issue pati yung iba dyan. Usually, mga collector talaga medyo maselan sila sa mga ganong videos. Baka pag in-unbox ko, tapos mali pala yung pag-unbox ko, diba? Parang baka mabash ako. So, hindi ko na binuksan. So,
mga ganong tao talaga. Never heard of that.
Sa inyo kung gaano siya kaganda. Pero ito yung box. It's a... Charan! Thank you, Sir Robbie. It's a... Don't worry guys, malinis ang kamay ko. Naglinis ako ng kamay. It's a figurine. Nakalagay dito, EXQ. Ewan ko kung nakikita nyo. EXQ figurine ni Card Captor Sakura. I'm a really big fan of Card Captor Sakura since high school pa ako. Kasi yung mga ate ko talaga, mga otaku talaga sila. Mahilig sila sa anime. So parang naipasa lang sa akin.
You can insert
this is my
Card Captor Sakura the background.
CCS. Nung sa MNL for 8 days ko pa, ito yung palagi kong pinapanood. And basta yung story nito, she's a magical girl na nagkapalat ng mga cards.
And she's cute too.
Mga clue cards. Basta panoorin yung maganda to. This is a clear card arc series. Ito siya. Hindi ko pa nga actually, sa totoo lang, guys, hindi ko pa napapanood yung clear card arc ng Card Captor Sakura. Hindi ko pa napapanood. Kasi nga busy, gano'n. Hopefully this summer I could find that time na manood ng mga animes. Madami na rin mga animes na hindi na ako nakaka-catch up kasi ngayon nga, modules nga. So, ayan. So, ang ganda-ganda niya yung, sa totoo lang, kinakabahan ako nung pinubuksan ko siya kasi, baka kung masira. Tapos yung parang part dyan sa may kamay part niya, hindi ko maipasok yung ina-assemble ko siya. Pero hopefully guys, yung ina-assemble ko siya, malinis yung kamay ko, lahat, and all. Sobrang maingat ako. And like I said, hindi ako nagko-collect ng figures, but since this is my first item, so baka this is the start, the start for everything. There's always a first time for everything. So, ayun nga. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much po, Sir Robbie, sa gift. I really appreciate. Sobrang, nung ino-open ko siya, actually, kinikilig ako. Kinikilig talaga ako. So, oh my God! Alam ko talaga, mga ganitong klaseng figurine is really expensive. So, sobrang naalagaan ko po talaga ito. Sorry, thank you so much. Pasensya na talaga, sobrang na-late itong video. I wish you are safe, good health, happiness. And guys, may YouTube channel din po si Sir Robbie. Sir Robbie is, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, Sir Robbie Mendoza is a supporter of mine since my ML48 is solid talaga hanggang ngayon kahit wala na ako sa ML48. He's still there to support me. He's one of the solid supporters talaga kasama yung iba pa na mahal na mahal ko rin talaga. Ayun guys, meron din siyang YouTube channel, so please do subscribe. I will put the link below sa description po. So, yun. And now, let's get down to business.
Okay.
Let's go to...
Keep going now.
There are 30 simplified versions in the United Nations Universal Declarations of Human Rights. Wow, memorize ko pa talaga. And this is number 10. Everyone has the right to a fair and public trial. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any crime against him. Ibig sabihin, ang bawat tao ay may karapatan sa ganap na pagkakapantay-pantay sa isang makatarungan at hayag na paglilitis ng isang hukumang malaya at walang kinikilingan sa pagpapasya ng kaniyang karapatan at pananagutan at sa kahit anumang paratang na krimen laban sa kanya. Relevantly, in an article, this human right is one of the affected human rights by the Anti-Terrorism Law of 2020 here in the Philippines. Sa mga hindi nakakaalam ng anti-terrorism law, mainit din siyang controversy no pandemic. I will put a link on the description below, so if you want to read about it, you can click the link. But to give you a quick overview, the anti-terrorism law is a law with the intent to prevent, to prohibit, and penalize terrorism in the Philippines. So, parang ganun siya. Human rights advocates strongly believes that the anti-terrorism law greatly expands the definition of terrorism in a sense that it includes broad offenses such as engaging in acts intended to endanger a person's life, intended to damage public property, interfere with critical infrastructure, where the purpose is to intimidate the government. It also includes acts such as speeches, propaganda, proclamation, emblem, banner, and other representations tending to the same end or the same purpose. And it is punishable by the law of 12 years imprisonment. In other words, the Anti-Terrorism Act broadly states that if you are inclined in activities that is against the government, you can be considered as a terrorist. And that's the controversy here. The controversy of identifying the difference between activism and terrorism. Once suspected ka as a terrorist, you can be detained for 14 weeks without any charge because of this law. Tapos pwede pa na-extend up to 24 days. And that's what the human rights advocates are trying to say here. If because of this law you can be suspected as a terrorist and you can be detained for 14 days, hindi ba't nakakalabag na yun sa karapatang pantao sa isang makatarungan at hayag na paglilitis sa pagpapasya ng kanyang mga karapatan at obligasyon at sa mga paratang krimen laban sa kanya? Isn't it interesting? What can you say? Comment below. Take note, these rights depends on the kind of government your country has or the kind of government the country you are currently present right now. That's it. Sana ulit kayo natutunan kayo. And if you want to know more about human rights, the link of my sources are down below. You can check it out. And don't forget to click like, subscribe, and turn on your post notification button para lagi kayo updated sa mga vlogs ko. And share this to your friends in any kind of way that you want. Follow me on my social media sites. That's Quincy Santillan on my official Facebook page, Quincy Santillan on my YouTube channel. And for collaborations, you can always send me an email through qjsantillan@gmail.com. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok ID. That's KYUJ, again, it's KYUJ, And follow me on Kumu, that's Quincy Santillan. And if you have any comments, suggestions, and kung sa tingin niyo may mga nakalimutan pa akong dapat isinama ko dito sa 10 human rights na discuss natin ngayon, you can always comment below. Recap, the 10th human right is your right to a fair and public trial. At eto, ang pinaglalaban mo. Ikaw, saan ang pinaglalaban mo?
Thanks for watching. Okay. And that's human right number 10, log 10 by Quincy Santillan, and my reaction to it. Okay, so let's go serious now, since this is the human right part of the vlog. Okay, so human right number 10. Everyone has a right to a fair and public trial. Okay, so yeah, that's basically, with the other right that you're innocent until proven guilty, hence the trial. Yeah, so from what I know about the Philippine court system, I'm not sure if they have a jury, but I do know that the judge, from what I'm seeing at least, a judge is the one that presides over everything. So I'm not sure if there's an actual jury trial in a way in the Philippines, because I know it's very standard right here. Okay, and usually in the Philippines, what I'm seeing, sure, they have a public trial. However, what comes up from what I'm seeing in the Philippines is they're making it a trial by media. Yeah, so both sides, they let out information like this, like that, damaging the other party, and vice versa. So yeah, it also happens here. Like their lawyers, they like do everything to, like, how to say this, tamper with the jury pool, or like mess it up, so they could get a mistrial or something like that, and they can't find potential jurors since they've already seen it on TV and the internet, or they read the newspapers regarding the spread of this sort of information. Whether it's false or true, it's still kind of like dilutes the jury pool. Here, let's say in Los Angeles, if the case is so controversial, and then this information is coming out, then the people have their own opinions, whether guilty or not. That kind of like, without even going through the trial yet, that's very damaging to the case. So sometimes the case is moved to another city, in which the jurors from that district or city are used for the jury rather than the actual city where it actually happened. Yeah. So I'm not sure if Philippines works that way. I don't think so, from what I'm seeing. Yeah. So, but I know it's a lot of trial by media there. And what's disheartening about the court system in the Philippines regarding the trial, they really do, delay a lot of the court cases. Especially if it's regarding like government officials, they let their lawyers like do this paperwork and delay the trial as long as possible until the next administration. That happened to Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. She was supposed to be on trial during that period, but they delayed it for 6 years until President Duterte came in power, and then basically pardoned her of all her crimes. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of like, in a way, how fair actually is the court system, the trial system in the Philippines. Okay, so now let's focus to the Anti-Terrorism Act. Okay, so maybe on the 2020, which Quincy mentioned regarding that. But let me focus on the Homeland Security Act here in my country, which in a way I've read about and heard stories about, and I can give you my positive and negative uh, regarding that. Okay, so for the positive, okay, so naturally these terrorism and terrorist cells. I mean, you could include the white supremacist groups here in the country, but yeah, they're all over the world, and they're like you know people, they recruit them from all over just to be part of their terrorist cell and then spread chaos wherever you know parts of the world they are. And these terror groups are funded by people, sometimes by government officials or ex-government officials or rich people who are against a certain government, or they just want to prove a point, you know like like consistently, like to destabilize the government infrastructure, and spread fear and terror among the populace. Okay, so the positive thing about this is if you could track down these people who are funding these terrorists, and you could prove, that they did this, or let's say you suspect this person is a part of a terrorist cell, at least funding it. You know, if you arrest them, then you're basically cutting off the head of the snake, because now their funding dries up. What else they could do? Like that. Okay, and also another positive thing that I could think of is I used to watch. There's the show Law and Order. Yeah, and there's this one episode uh, where this terrorist, suspected terrorist, I guess they're saying that he's being mistreated, and where's his human rights, like that. Okay, so later they learned that they could actually do whatever they want with this terrorist. Yeah, because according to a legal advisor of the government, I think this time was President Bush's government. Yeah, a legal advisor and or an ethical teacher, you know, uh, gave them a report saying that these terrorists don't have human rights. They're not covered by the Geneva Accords or the Geneva Convention. Okay, so to explain all that, the Geneva Accords or Geneva Convention, these are like the laws in which it protects soldiers who become prisoners of war. That they have to be you know, treated fairly. You can't starve them. Not like concentration camp. If you're in a prison, you need to be fed, cared for. If you're sick, like that, they need to feed you, clothe you, until the time that when war's over, they'll be, you know, returned back to their country. Yeah. So you can't torture them. Yeah, the very specifics of what the Geneva Accords is, if you know about that. Okay. So the reason for this legal advisor, this ethical teacher, saying that these terrorists don't have human rights is because they're not an arm, and they're not part of an armed forces of a certain country. Okay, they're just, how do you call this? They're just like a group of people, just like there, but they're not represented by a country. Henceforth, saying that they have human rights do not exist. In a way, they're a non-entity. Yeah, since no country is claiming them, and this country, let's say, signed the Geneva Accords. Okay. However, since the country where they are, or where they're at, where they're staying, you know, they're not like the official armed forces of this particular country. Therefore, they're not covered by the human rights protection of the Geneva Accords. Okay, like that. So when you arrest a terrorist, okay, you can do what you want with them because they're not covered by the human rights. Okay. Okay, I hope I was able to explain that as eloquently as I can, but that's how I understood it. And in some way, it does make sense, because, like I said, these terrorists are just like, they're just almost like just a gathering of people, but a country does not represent them, and therefore, they're not covered by protection of the Geneva Accords. Okay, so that's my take on that. Okay, for the negative side. Okay, from regarding the Homeland Security Act. Okay, so I remember reading this article. It's almost like because once the Homeland Security Act was enacted, they went down a list of all the terrorist groups all over the world. Okay, included was the NPA and the Communist Party of the Philippines, the CPP NPA, basically. Yeah, and they gathered a list of people who they know are affiliated with certain groups. So we'll focus on the CPP NPA for now. Okay, from I read this article. Okay. From what I heard, this elderly couple, I think he was in his 70s, she was in her 60s. Okay, I believe they traveled to the States. Okay, and then his name kind of popped up on the list of terrorists. Okay, and it said on the list that he was a member of the CPP NPA. Okay, and therefore he's considered a terrorist. So they detained him for 14 days along with his wife. Okay. Okay, and from what I read, and this where the negative aspect comes in, since his name was on the list, okay, so therefore he's detained. However, he claims that he was no longer a part of the CPP NPA. That was during his younger times, and he's no longer affiliated with it. Okay. However, he was still on the list. Therefore, they have every right to detain him. Every right. Okay, like that. And what was bad about it is that he has a health condition, and he was not allowed to see a doctor. They were not allowed to see a lawyer. Yeah, during those 14 days. And from what I heard, they even confiscated his medicine because they're considered drugs, like that. And that's as far as I recall the article, because this happened like during the height of 9/11. So it was in the early 2000s or late 2000s when I read about this article. So from what I recall, I believe everything was cleared up after the 14 days and they're released. I'm not sure if he is still alive today or both are still alive today. Yeah, so I mean, that's the negative aspect of if your if your name suddenly pops up on a terrorist watch list, that's what's gonna happen, and then they just go by what they see, you know. Hey, there's a terrorist. No questions asked. Just detain them like that. And I mean, uh, I don't know. Maybe detain them very quickly like that seems very wrong. Like I said, the question mentioned it's a violation of human rights. And I mean, there is what they call surveillance, or at least intelligence, to figure out if this person really is still part of the terrorist cell. But then again, it's because people were really afraid. They want to get a step ahead of the terrorists. That basically all that those human rights are thrown out the window. I mean, this is war. This is a different kind of war because people are hiding their true intentions. So this, in a way, they believe that this act or anti-terrorism act, whatever it is, you call it with different names like that, that it gives them an advantage since the military or the CIA, anything like that, they are like they're given powers more okay, more broader uh, than let's say a policeman or like yeah, like police, they're given more broader powers than that, so they can do what they want because that's what it says in the law. Okay, yeah. So I guess that's my take on it. I guess I'm not sure if they've like eased up on a lot of the what is said in regarding the act with detaining people and all that. I'm not if it's still active like that. Maybe they've eased up on it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not claiming to be an expert at these things. My throat's getting dry. Okay. So yeah, so that's my perspective on all this. My take on it. You know. So yeah, so much of the things I'm saying might be I call this might not be uh, might not make sense, or at least, maybe I'm talking out of my ass about it. But yeah, take what I said with a grain of salt, and do your own research, uh, and see, uh, what your perspective on it is. Because from what I know in this country right now, with cities like Portland, Seattle, uh, Minneapolis, yeah, these groups such as the Antifa, or the anti-fascists, or the Black Lives Matter movement, these I could consider terrorists because, like Quincy mentioned regarding activism versus terrorism. Okay, activism or protesters, they have every right to, like, gather in the street and protest whatever, but it has to be done peacefully. And that's actually in the Constitution of the United States, that if you're going to protest, or you have to do it peacefully. However, these groups, the Antifas and the BLMs, they're like firebombing buildings, small businesses, police, uh, police stations, government buildings, you know, uh, causing vandalism, looting, and attacking people who they believe they're not on their side. It's an us versus them, especially with the police. They're disrespectful to the police, people in authority, and the defund the police movement is really doesn't make any sense, because if you defund the police, who's going to protect you? Yeah, from these types of people. Yeah, and so I'm sure what the government is doing, because especially to the officials, they're letting these people run rampant in their cities, like destroying businesses with the looting and the firebombing, and then putting fear in the people in the neighborhoods who live in that area, where they're causing this destruction and all that. So isn't that like the perfect term of what a terrorist is? Yet they're doing nothing, because all they have, what's going on for them, is, oh, let's just remove this one person who made this country great, and everything would return back to normal. However, it's not normal. It's been over 100 days since the new government took over, and everything is still a mess in this country. Okay. Well, yeah, well, that's my opinion. But, I live here, so I know. Okay. So I not know what news is reaching there in the Philippines, but I can tell you that that is like only one side. Okay. Because of the media here, they're controlling whatever to make them, in a way, look good outside the sphere of the United States. Okay. Well, like I said, I guess I'm just talking about my ass, and I guess showing my political leanings. Yeah. But yeah, so going back to what Quincy mentions regarding uh, the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, number 10, which is everyone deserves a fair and public trial. Yes, of course. That is a very basic human right. Yeah, but then again, of this the stuff like around it regarding anti-terrorism, and you know what's going on, like trial by media, all that kind of ruins this right to get to become fair. And public is, yeah, that's because it's public. Everyone has to know about it. But then sometimes rumors get spread, false information, fake news, all that. Okay, yeah. So well, as I mentioned, that's my whole take on it. And since Quincy is now free, hope she makes more of these human rights. It's like she has supposedly 30 human rights, and now made it to 10. There's still 20 more for you, Quincy, to do. And good luck on making all that. Hopefully, you get through it before your online classes start again. Yeah. And once again, I'm glad you like the gift. I mean, it's, I guess, one I'm in love could do to a former member of ML48, since I wasn't able to do it when you're still a member. Like, okay, now I'm glad I was able to do it, and I'm happy you like the gift. Okay. So yeah. Okay, I guess this video has gone as long as it should, and let's just end this with like, comment, share, subscribe to the Lock Robster. If you have any suggestions you want me to vlog about, video react to, or rate related, ML48 related, J-pop related, please do leave them in the comments. And with that, hang on, looking for my mouse. There you go. Got buried all the pillows. Okay, so with that, God bless, show less. See ya.